So guys, the Onitsha protesters resisted Soludo to the point that he sent security agents after them, who were seen or heard releasing bullets. Now, see how this headline captured it. Onitsha traders condemned Soludo for sending security officers to attack them, despite incurring 8 billion naira per week following market lockdown. This market makes about 8 billion weekly. So guys, this is not a small figure, you know, considering the fact that the Southeast economical activities are down since nnamdi kanu was held. But still, this market is that active to be generating this amount of money weekly. And guess what? Instead of Soludo to engage in, you know, an engagement talk with the protesters, he sent security agents after them, and they were seen, you know, these security agents were seen releasing bullets. This is always the case with Igbo leaders. They are so, I don't know if I say tyrannic, you know, in a way that, like I said in my previous video, when you go to the north, the northern leaders are busy negotiating for terrorists. But if you come to the southeast, the southeast leaders are always ready to present their children to be, you know what I mean? And that is wrong. Now, these traders, they said they've been observing this sit-at-home order for a long time now, and they've become used to it. They're even saying they now use it as a resting day. That is also one of the reasons they are giving. They now use it as a resting day, and at the same time, it serves as a protest as regards to nnamdi kanu's continuous detention. And Soludo is insisting that they must come back to the market. Now, you cannot drag them out from their houses. Instead of you to engage in meaningful talk with these people, call their leaders, persuade them. You might not be successful at the first attempt. It might need series of meetings for you to persuade them. See what you can do for them. When you go to that market, you see that the environment is not even so good. I mean, Soludo would have even taken his time to do some things for these people in that main market to make sure that he wins their heart, and then easily you penetrate. But Igbo leaders, they are not good politicians. They don't know what dialogue is about. It's all about. It's only Peter Obi who have said, even all these things happen in our families, and you can easily sit down and talk them out, but not in Soludo's word. Now, I'm going to allow you to take a look at how Dr. Abati and also Arise TV crew members have analyzed this. Also, some of the protesters were daring Soludo to show us the law. Just like they say, Omoto show me the law. Soludo, show me the law that mandates you to shut down the market. So guys, take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.
Soludo of Anambra State don't buy markets. It is very much obvious because this issue of sit-at-home that is dying a natural death gradually from one southeastern state to another, it is dying gradually. Now this man came into his second tenure. Instead of him to focus on what he's doing to better the lives of his citizens, this man went and touched the tail of a sleeping tiger by declaring that every Monday that marketers must come to their shop and open their shop. He even gave an executive order which the people defied, showing them that the power belonged to them, the people, yes, in Anambra State. Now this man went to the main market on yesterday, and discovered that nobody showed up in the market despite his executive orders. Baba carry mic, start talking that from today onwards until the next 6 days that the market will not open. Who cares? Those guys have the right to lock their shop and not to come to market because it is their shop. They did not open that shop for them. They can decide on when not to go to their shop and when to go. They have the right to protest the arrest, detention, and sentencing of their leader, Mas Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody forced it on them. They decided that this is our brother that was arrested. So we want to protest by not coming to shop on Monday, so that you that is clear to the government can do the needful to let justice prevail. Now, for you to treat the root cause of the matter, you are coming to attack people who are making a very simple protest for not coming to shop on Mondays. So who exactly advised this man to take this particular direction he's taking now? Because this man is just like trying to arouse what has been forgotten, trying to escalate an issue that people are trying to calm by him declaring that there will be no market in Anambra State for complete 7 days for 1 week, simply because the people did not open their shop on Monday. Is that how things are being done? So you should know that Anambra State is not Tinubu State, that Peter Mba just gave his order and flowed it diplomatically with wisdom, and he achieved it. Enugu works every Monday, everything happens normally on Mondays. But that cannot easily be achieved in Anambra State, that cannot easily be achieved in Abia State. So you can't just wake up and give one kind of narrative that will deter the security of your state, instead of dancing along, because this particular issue is already dying a natural death.
IPOB and Biafra have become a mindset. It has become the people's life. It has become the will of the people. So I don't know how you can wish it away. If they are staying at home on their own, because Nnamdi has said, no, I don't want this. Nobody should sit at home for me. We are losing money. The economy is going down. And so if anybody is carrying it out now, then that person must be on his or her own. The person is doing it willingly on his own to show his grievances over what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. That is all. There's no way you can wish it away with a degree or with a policy. That means you are just wasting your time. It's a mere academic exercise. It can never go away until justice is done for Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. Until they release him, the people that are behind him will continue to do what they feel they can do. That is the way it is.
Now, while we're talking about this, do you think the governor has actually put enough security in place to reassure the people that their safety is guaranteed if they have to come out on Mondays? Because it's not like the people are happy to stay at home on Mondays, or they've added Mondays to their weekends. In certain parts of the Southeast, at least in places like Ebonyi State, Enugu State, I get reports that the Monday sit at home doesn't really hold. Why is it different in Anambra State?
It depends on your level of understanding of the situation at hand. Ebonyi may not, because of the governor. The governor never believed in Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB or ESN. But this is the people's mind. This is what they think. This is what they think. This is what they feel. And so, the people will have to choose what they have to choose and do. You cannot force them not to go the way their mind is directing them. Have Nnamdi Kanu been given justice? The answer is no. So why would the people supporting him now go and lie down and sleep at home? They feel for him. Their heart goes out for Nnamdi Kanu. And so they feel that this is the only thing they can do on their own. This is the only sacrifice they can make. So why do you want to deny them that? If you want them to stop what they are doing, then go and talk to your leader in Abuja. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Let them release him, yes. Because the indication now is that the whole world has come to see that Nnamdi Kanu was unjustly treated. When they hear and see what the real terrorists are doing in the north, you now ask yourself, why was this man jailed? Why the real terrorists are roaming large, roaming all over the place?
Now
would like to see
Anambra State.
if that would,
All right, so we're moving on now from the FCT. We focus now on Anambra State, where Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has ordered the closure of the Onitsha main market for 1 week following traders' failure to comply with the state government's directive to disregard the Monday sit-at-home order. The governor gave the directive on Monday during an on-site visit to the market, along with some of his aides and other government officials. Soludo warned that the closure could be extended if traders fail to comply with the directive, adding that security agencies have sealed the market to enforce the order.
This whole main market and all the adjoining these things will be locked down for the whole of this week. There will be no market anywhere here. Are you hearing me? Yes. Each Monday will come and inspect. If people are not in their respective shops, it will be shut down again. I know that people have done this sit at home on Mondays for quite some time now. And as they say, an abomination that lasts a year becomes culture. No. This can no longer go on in Anambra. You either decide that you want to trade here or you can go elsewhere. This main market, if you don't want it open, I'll come and take bulldozer and level it. Are you hearing me? And I'm very, very serious about it. I'm not joking. Going forward, any Monday, any shop that is not open will be locked for 1 week.
All right. Well, of course, there was a lot of reaction. Let's go to X, where Olauda tweeted and said, "On this one, Your Excellency, I stand with you. You cannot continue to hurt yourself in order to get back at your presumed enemies. That is the height of tomfoolery." Umenta also posted and said, "You are now sounding autocratic after winning second tenure. Some are willing to come Monday, but did you address the issue of their security? That soldiers you will use to enforce 1 week lockdown, use it for market security every Monday. Address their concern, not bullying them." And then lastly, the Litmus also posted on X and said, "Look at the markets in your state looking so awful. You're ordering closure for a week due to insecurity, but it needs to be closed to be worked on. Very disgraceful." A big mix of opinions. Rufai, I'll come to you on this. From implementation, is this the way to solve the problem? And even to some people saying that maybe we should be focusing on rehabilitating the markets and making them look more modern.
No, sir, I think the bone of contention is this, is the sit-at-home order. Governor Soludo, with due respect, you did something very wrong. And you are not realistic as a human being. Governor Soludo, these marketers, you think they don't love to trade on Mondays? You think they like to run away from their business? I have many people that have industries in Anambra. In fact, one of the oldest industries in this country, Kate Industries. And I was talking to somebody from there recently, and they were telling me how they've now shifted their structure of production in such a way that they don't produce on Monday. You think these people like to go away from the market, but they've been killed while they went to the market and they try to ignore the sit-at-home. Where is the protection for their lives? Come on, so why are you talking like you don't live in Nigeria? In this same country where 177 people were kidnapped and the local government chairman was even begging them not to talk. You are telling people to go there and go to the market and be there because you said so. Which security are you providing for them? And you know the way these people behave. They just come out randomly and start to shoot sporadically. Mm-hmm. So except you, Governor Soludo, you are going to stay in the market with them for the duration of trade. Then you can tell them if they don't observe sit-at-home, you shut down their markets. Mm. If you are not going to stay there with them, leave them alone. Mm. You think they don't want to sell on Mondays, but you can't provide security for them. Because when it happens now, it's condolences you'll be writing. You tell your commissioner to write condolences. I condole with the people. In the Anambra, we'll fight insecurity. People will have been killed by that time. What are we telling ourselves? And please, you should reverse that order quickly.
Okay.
Is it that easy?
Lawmefo, who is the Commissioner of Information in Anambra State, issued a statement yesterday in which he said Anambra State every Monday loses about 8 billion and that the entire Southeast region loses about 19.6 billion because of this sit-at-home order, which traders respect. Now, my only concern is that if you now shut down the market, the Onitsha main market, from
for the whole week,
Monday
to Sunday,
till next week, Monday, February 2. Then, of course, if you calculate that, 8 billion per day, that would be a major loss. And the only ground in this regard is that the governor says they have refused to listen to the directive that markets should be opened on Mondays. Now, which takes us to the substantial point, which means that these traders, they are forced to sit at home because of threats.
Yeah.
It's not as if they themselves want to sit at home. Therefore, the responsibility for government is to make the environment safe enough for commerce, for entrepreneurship, so that people can move freely on Mondays and go to business. The third point is that these traders, either in Onitsha, main market, or in Ekulobia, they are not civil servants. They are private businessmen. So they can choose on their own to determine when they open their shops or do not open their shops. So the governor giving directives to entrepreneurs, to traders, will seem to look a bit untidy because they are not civil servants.
Absolutely. And now let's move to our next story. Ayo, I know you have some words to say, but let's bring in your comments after the following story. So let's turn to the highly sensitive and, of course, controversial selection process for the next Awujale of Ijebuland, one of the most revered traditional stools in Yoruba land. Last week, the Ogun State government suspended the process following allegations of corruption, bribery, and a lack of transparency. Amid these developments, we know that Arise News spoke exclusively to one of the contenders, that's Prince Adebayo Kamal, who's the billionaire founder and CEO of Paperland Industries. And in the interview, Prince Abdul made detailed allegations of millions of naira paid, luxury vehicles donated, and the influence traded in the race for the coveted stool. He says that he is speaking out as a whistleblower in the interest of transparency and tradition, calling for the Ogun State government to investigate. Now, since these revelations, a video has emerged of Ghana Must Go bags being delivered to the Afobajes alongside what appears to be a list of the shortlisted candidates. Here's the video. Well, of course, it's difficult for us to ascertain the contents of the bags or what was written on the pieces of paper. But Ayo, this adds more fuel to the stories emerging from this very, very hotly contested stool.
I'm smiling. Of the three on the table, I'm the only
You're the neutral party.
You're the neutral party. We talked about this earlier. To my left, I had the Jebu man. To my right, I had the Egba man.
I don't like
but he has a lot to say. But let me just quickly speak on this. From a neutral perspective, and just as a Nigerian. Like you mentioned, if you look at that video, there are a number of things that are questionable. The reason why is because when you see Ghana Must Go back traditionally in Nigeria, what comes to mind? It's the branding of the bag. You see Ghana Must Go carries what? Money. However, there's no proof empirically that it's money that was inside the Ghana Must Go. But it could very well be clothes for charity. It could very well be papers for, listing the family members in Fushegmuwa. Anything could have been in the Ghana Must Go bag. So it will be remiss of me to now just conclude that because Ghana Must Go is synonymous with money in Nigeria, it is definitely money there. However, the accusations or allegations made by Prince Abdul, I want to act shocked, like, oh my goodness, why are we tainting such a process that ought to be, reverential in its state? But the truth is that this is a reflection of our society. How many positions have been gotten through payments or bribes or through inducements? In Nigeria, a lot of times is man no man, and it's quite unfortunate that it has now trickled to traditional institutions that ought to be seen as revered, is sacred. In fact, what they would say is the gods that choose. You consult, the gods to find out who would be. But we now see that there's a monetization and a politicization of the revered stool of the Awujale. Now, what we are asking for is that the governor, as he already suspended last week, institute a full investigation. If one of the contenders has come out very boldly to say that, to say that he's coming out as a whistleblower, that these and these are things that are happening. Some people have said it happens everywhere, but the fact that it happens everywhere should not justify that it's happening in this instance. And just for the preservation of culture and the younger people who are watching and who are looking ahead, there ought to be an investigation, and perhaps the process should be as I don't know how they're going to redeem what has already been tainted so far. But let's see an investigation and let's see what happens afterwards.
Let's hear from the Jebuma
Okay.
before I intervene.
So, a couple of things.
Please, very quickly, because we have a lot of stories.
So I just want to set the record straight.
Just a
While I
couple of
was talking about the
sentences.
history of Ijebode and Remo, I mean, I got a couple of messages. Some people took umbrage and all of that as regards when I was talking about Ijebode dominance. But there's a 1937 Martindale Commission of Inquiry that talked about the fact that, yes, even if in the pre-colonial era, Ijebode had a lot of dominance, but that changed in 1870 and it was just like a tutelar thing. People can read more about that, for the context of what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this, please, with due respect, I don't think the state government should even be the one to investigate. I think there are too many interested parties in this case of Awujale. And that's why I was calling on the EFCC the other time. I don't think the state government... Yeah, and probably DSS. I don't think the state government should be the one to investigate. I think the EFCC should be brought in because you want a level of clarity as regards this corruption allegation. That interview has tainted the process. It's already a shame and disgrace. Don't mind Dr. Abati. He's talking tongue-in-cheek. He's an Egba man. I know what he's doing.
That's why I went to Ayo, because I knew Ayo is neutral.
Don't predict what I will say.
I know what he's doing.
We really need to move on.
He says I shouldn't predict what he's saying. He's done it to me this morning. He said, you Ijebu people. He kept on, he repeated it on 2 occasions. You Ijebu people. So
we've already spoken about this
of the process,
issue. Yes.
Please do not allow Dr. Abati to talk about this issue. Please, I beg you. Move on.
Dr. Abati can add this to future comments in the next story.
What I was calling for is a peaceful selection process.
That's it.
And respect for that reverse.
That is it.
But it's something else I wanted to talk about. I think we should cease and desist from using this expression, Ghana must go. The English word for it is a jute bag.
Yes, you're right.
I don't think Ghanaians will feel very comfortable that Nigerians have defined a jute bag as Ghana must go.
Correct.
We don't want Ghana to go. Ghana is a very friendly country.
Yes, that era is
and we have very good bilateral relations with the Ghanaians.
Yes,
so please, use the word jute bag.
Jute bag.
Not
very,
Ghana
very
must
well
go.
said.
Ghana
Thank you
is
very
not going
much.
anywhere.
But can I get a jute? I wonder if they'll know what I'm referring to in the markets when I ask for a jute bag. But let's go on to our next story, where the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that his political influence and status have grown far beyond what they were when he served as governor of Ebonyi State. Umahi made the statement while speaking at a community gathering in Ebonyi State as he was flanked by his son, 27-year-old Osborne Umahi, who is a candidate for the APC chairmanship seat for Ohazora local government area of the state. And of course, we know that his son recently secured the nomination form for 30 million naira. The video of Umahi speaking has gone viral on X.
Embrace me as one of your own. Don't listen to noisemakers. My capacity is like 10 times when I was governor. I'm very, very dangerous now. Let's nobody follow me. Because it's very dangerous. You hear me so? You hear me so? We have the capacity to do good things for the children. Come together. Tell your sons and daughters, very illustrious and industrious, to come together. Let them approach me. Whatever is their need, they will have it done. Okay, man.
All right, well, this, of course, elicited a flurry of reactions. Let's go to X, where Stephen said, what the Minister of Works, David Umahi, said is highly inappropriate and concerning. Public officials are expected to serve with humility, integrity, and a sense of responsibility, not to boast about wealth in public or power. Claiming to be very dangerous and emphasizing personal and family wealth as a measure of capability sends a threatening and arrogant message to publicly and is unacceptable, which is entirely unacceptable in a public servant. Leaders should inspire trust and service to people, not intimidation or vanity. This statement deserves strong condemnation. Quickly to Triple Tweet, who said, this is the kind of talk that excites voters here. Loud confidence, raw power, and displays of personal wealth are often mistaken for competence. In our politics, bravado wins applause, while sober conversations about policy, accountability, and systems are dismissed as lamba.
Lamba means lie.
Yes.
Lamba is actually supposed to be the 11th letter of the Greek alphabet.
Yes.
But I think it's become a byword for lie.
For lie.
I think that the Minister of Works may have been taken out of context because I listened to what he said, and taken out of context to the extent that he said he was speaking in jest. It was a mirthful, playful contest. He said that now, as a minister, he is dangerous. Such a word does not exist in the English language. The word that exists in the English language is dangerous. So dangerous probably belongs to another type of dictionary. And then when he said he's 10 times bigger, he meant in terms of capacity and in influence. He didn't talk about cash. I didn't hear him saying he's richer now and he can do anything that is possible. And then he referred to Umahi family. That is his political family. And you could see that he was in a campaign mood. The people around him will probably be his political associates.
Including his son.
Well, I don't know whether that was his son.
That was his son there. His name is Osborne.
Okay, yeah, okay. So whether it is his son or not, but this is, political associates forum. And then he heard the youths. He called them youths. They said action. So I think in terms of the spirit and all of that, let us not overstretch it. I'm sure if he were to respond, or any of these hyperactive spokespersons, they will say he was taken out of context. So, except you want to educate me about the difference between dangerous and dangerous in Nigerian dictionary.
I want to read
just 20 seconds for this statement.
I thought, Dr. Abati, in the spirit of saying the basic, I thought you were going to ask, how did a 27-year-old get 30 million to buy APC chairmanship form? Those were the questions I thought you were going to ask. 27-year-old. I mean, didn't you read it in the story?
Yes.
I thought, but maybe you forgot that, Dr. Abati. So how did he get 30 million naira in this hard country? Secondly, I thought we were...
in Kogi, they just bought funds for the president.
You will defend
100 million.
Dr. Abati.
No, people buy funds for people.
Umahi is your guy.
This is Nigeria.
Umahi is your guy, Dr. Abati. Umahi is your guy.
No,
so
you don't have any evidence to that effect. Have you ever seen me with him?
No.
Have you ever seen me with him?
But that's the question I'm like, because
am I from the same state?
Because when Ayo said the same for Wiki, you came for Ayo and you said she has no right to say that.
I didn't say she doesn't have a right. She has a microphone that has been donated to her.
I'm not finished.
So she can say what she wants.
To our good news report now, where on January 21st, 2026, for the first time, 24 Nigerian universities appeared in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings by subject, making Nigeria the most represented country in sub-Saharan Africa in the 2026 edition. Four Nigerian universities have appeared in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings by subject, making Nigeria the most represented country in sub-Saharan Africa in the 2026 edition. The Times Higher Education subject rankings are among the most demanding global assessments of university performance. To qualify for consideration, universities must meet strict thresholds in research output and staffing. So institutions are judged on sustained academic productivity, research influence, and global engagement. Featured on the list for law are the University of Ibadan and the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. In medical and health sciences, the University of Ibadan maintained its position in the 301 to 400 band, reinforcing its status as one of Africa's most respected medical research institutions. The University of Lagos, Ahmadu Bello University, Bayero University, Kano, University of Benin, University of Jos, and UNN were also notably listed. Landmark University led in computer science, followed by Covenant University and the University of Ilorin. In physical sciences, Federal University of Technology, Mina, Landmark University, and University of Ilorin all placed highly, whilst Covenant University and the University of Ibadan ranked well in social science. I mean, I think we have to applaud applaud our institutions. They're doing well and continue to try to raise the standard of tertiary education, a good mix of public and private institutions on that list as well.
Just to mention, Landmark and Covenant University are owned by the same Bishop Oyedepo, the same church. So just to say that there's something they are doing right. Then that list is not complete. I did see University of Calabar. Dr.
On that note, thank you so much.
Where's the Malamite?
I'm done for what's trending today. Thank you so much. Dr. Abati, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Let's close the show.
No, it was Dr. Abati that started. When you were saying you think I will not come out?
I'm signed out. Thank you so much.
So guys, let me quickly take you through some of the happenings on the social media. One of them is that Sunday Igboho has returned back to the country. And Nigerians are wondering, what kind of hypocrisy are we seeing in this country? Why Soludo wants his people bide, you know? Soludo wants his people bide. But you can see that the Yoruba leaders are the ones canvassing for their people. Sunday Igboho is now back to the country. The man who also agitated for the state of Oduduwa is back to the country. So when you look at all what is happening, you see failure in leadership in Igbo land. The Igbos don't have that kind of leadership that is expected of them. That is why when they see that Peter Obi is running out of jealousy, they will say, oh, Peter Obi does not have what it takes to become president. And they have what it takes. We saw in the last election, Peter Obi showed them, if not for the glitch that INEC caused, if not for the glitch, you know what would have happened? There is no way Tinubu would have won that election, because Nigerians know that Tinubu does not have the capacity. He doesn't have the capacity, no matter how you try to interpret it. Tinubu doesn't have the capacity. And that was what you saw that happened in the last election. Now, they decided to use glitch to glitch it. Sunday Igboho is now back to the country, while Nnamdi Kanu is serving life imprisonment. So, when you check the difference, guys, the difference is huge. I mean, no tribe can tolerate this. Nnamdi Kanu is serving life imprisonment under Tinubu, and they are looking for Southeast vote. Can you imagine? They decide to make a Obi Kubana the Southeast coordinator, so that because they think with Obi Kubana, he will be able to get votes for them. Anyway, let me take you through some of the reactions as regards to Igboho returning back to the country. This person here said, this is the guy that is supposed to be in jail. That's wonderful news, a positive step for Nigeria's future. So Igboho, they actually found gun and other things in his house. Nnamdi Kanu was never found with anything deadly. So ask me why he is serving life imprisonment. I don't know. You know? Gunshot fired as security officers shoot at traders attempting to access their shops in Onitsha main market on Soludo's order. So you can see that this was actually what happened in Anambra State, you know. Now, this person say, interesting, after all, 2027 is around the corner. This person say, we are finished in this country. Sunday Igboho, how about the Oduduwa Republic? Were you shouting Oduduwa then because power was in the north? Freedom fighting is not for everybody, but for those who were born and called for this big project. Just a little shaking, you drop freedom and embrace endless slavery. This other person here said, once acclaimed Yoruba freedom fighters. So this was all because Buhari was the president and Tinubu is even doing worse now. Trust a Yoruba man at your own risk. Trust a Yoruba man at your own risk. And then this other person said, damn tribe of saboteur, be careful when you walk among them. Assuming Nnamdi Kanu is willing to play this same script and even pledge to support Tinubu, do you think Nigeria state will free him? They will. If Nnamdi Kanu ever come out now that he's going to campaign for Buhari, guess what? They are going to free him. And this other person said, who can school me on the difference between his crime and that of Nnamdi Kanu? And this other person here said, okay, let me see how Nigerians have reacted to this lady. The difference between Nnamdi Kanu and Igbo. This person, Nnamdi Kanu is as guilty as charged. He is an Igbo man. That's all the evidence you need to convict a man. And then this other person here said, Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man, Igbo who is not. You are slow if you need to ask this question. Somebody is saying that this person is not supposed to. This person is low. You go day more confused, my sister. Leave everything for God. Oh my God. So this person actually wanted to know what's the difference between Nnamdi Kanu's crime and that of Sunday Igboho. And this person said they jailed Nnamdi Kanu, who is Igbo, allowed Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba man, to be moving freely, and they both committed the same crime. I know this day will come when it was Buhari's tenure. He was active. Now it is his brother's tenure. He lost his voice. Tinubu's half tenure is almost worse than Buhari's 8 years. So guys, these are reactions coming from Nigerians. And this person said the Igbo traditional rulers left the group. And this other person here say, if another government enters, he will come out and say Yoruba nation, fake people. Tradition is defended as sacred until it inconveniences those in power. Then it suddenly becomes flexible, negotiable, and open to interpretation. So guys, let me know what you think about Nigerians dragging Sunday Igboho, that he actually canvassed for Oduduwa Republic because it was a Yoruba man who was in power. Now that it's because it was an Hausa man who was in power. Now that he's a Yoruba man, he has suddenly lost his voice. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.